All right. Excellent. All right. Today is Wednesday, December 13th. It's a special meeting for the Golf Commission. Let's call to order. Before we even do that, let's acknowledge everybody that's here. We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance right after that. We have Jim Green on the phone, Peter DeFazio, Sep Sienna, Bill Richards, Jim Norton, and Sal Guerrero. So, with that being said, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God.
Under God, indivisible, with justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, so, audience of citizens, nobody here. Approval of minutes from November 9th. Everybody received the minutes?
Yes.
Any questions? No?
I make a motion to accept.
Sep Sienna, motion to accept. Peter DeFazio, second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All against? Approval unanimous. Very good. All right, here we'll hop into this quick. Old business, 2024 rates.
Just to update everyone, still waiting on, right now we're working on the wages and fringes side of the budget
Okay.
and waiting for BO to approve the budget that we proposed. Figure even with our, like, last year we left around, I think 30 or 40 in the bank. We proposed it as a positive.
Okay.
So even with that 40 or 30, we'll probably have to find another 30 or 40.
We gave back 100.
Well, we get back 100 more than that, right? We get back more than 100.
We gave back
120 or 150.
It was all well over
It
100.
was well.
Granted, it was some of that money was budget not spent, but it was still we gave back 100.
But that's been the last several years, Peter.
Yeah.
So, I mean, now it's time to, I think, come January, we're gonna have to have January, a very hard look at this thing and say, listen, I understand covering our costs, but we're not even spending our budget we had the last 5 years. If you think about it.
Golfer's not going
So,
to.
and
Golfer's
it's like-
not going to do that again.
Yeah, I agree. I fully agree. And I understand, Son, if I have to go to the board, I will. And I'll just tell them for the last 5 years, we've given money back every year. We haven't spent our budget, and it doesn't appear that we're going to do the same thing this year. Our hands are kind of tied in that respect, and they have been. And part of it's our own fault, But going forward, I mean, we can't raise and raise. I mean, it's
It's
just
not going to happen this year.
Yeah, I think
I
agree
swear
with
to God,
all the
that's the
lines.
last thing I do. Enough is enough, and
I agree.
I'm all for raising rates when it's called for. But remember, funds this golf course. The golfer funds this golf course, and the golfer got shortchanged three years ago now.
Yeah, I think we're all agreed. We're all agreed with that. So
I think we're all on the same page.
we are. I think we are. So, with that being said, just kind of keep that in mind, solid. Listen, I'm available. So if you want to run some of this by me, and I can just kind of distribute to everybody. We can do that. If you want to meet a couple times, I have no problem doing that. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Cool.
As prices for fertilizer and things like that should be coming down.
Well, I mean, that actually brings up another good point. Rates, and that kind of goes into, what is your view of some of the stuff? Are we entertaining any other options versus what's put up in front of us?
I mean, just from evaluating, the complaints from the year, carts were high, so I wasn't thinking of raising carts. Last year we all sat down here and raised, non-resident prices to your liking.
Yep.
Right?
We did. We listen.
To your liking.
We agree.
So,
We agree.
we agreed to.
We're listen. We're all in now.
Right?
You're right.
So, like I said, let me look at what we have to work with. If it's, I'm not trying to raise it to where it's, it was like this past season. So,
Okay. Once you have an idea of your numbers, you know what, we can run them, and give you a good idea of where you're standing.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I can run them with you too, because it's not difficult to do, but, the revenue stream is pretty standard. Month after, you already know what's gonna happen in March, April, May, June. It's obviously weather dependent, But for the most part, you can take an average over the last couple of years and say, listen, I'm assuming this is what's gonna
This was
be.
a pretty lousy year, and if we made anything this year with the weather we had this year,
Yeah.
it should be okay.
But-
But you know what? Gotta go to the council. I mean, it's not in Saul,
No,
this is in Saul's.
Well, we're gonna have to go to the
This is
council.
our issue,
Yeah.
not Saul's.
It's on how it's gonna be, but we can propose the rates and here's what we're gonna, you know, and they're gonna wanna hear from us too, and that's fine, I have no problem.
I'll be in the audience to listen.
Well, maybe that's where,
Oh, yeah.
you know, when we proposed rates and it was over 40K last, this season, maybe that's where we were wrong. We didn't have to propose it where,
Well, that was, but here's where you're gonna lose out. I mean, first of all, it's a no-win situation. Two things happen. One, you hit your budget, right? The budget that you have to work with. You have to do this now that you propose it for the upcoming year. Well, it's not finalized. When it's finalized,
Right.
it's reduced, right? So
Right,
it's like,
right.
okay, I've already
so
raised my
really
rates.
have to
That
see where it is.
so that's number one. But number two is you're basing this budget that you're looking at. How can I say this? It's for costs that don't come into effect until next fiscal year.
Right.
And so I'm raising a rate. You can't lose. You can't lose. You know, I'm covering this fiscal year's cost with next fiscal year's revenues. It's a scam. But we can't raise the rates, come July 1st.
Well,
It
that's
just
why,
doesn't make
that's
sense.
why I always propose that we should base rates on the prior year,
That's
and that didn't fly.
well, something's gonna have to happen because it's not on you, but this is what was thought out and it happened, and so we need to go forward.
Should I look into a cash discount, so if there's a possibility of getting rid of bank charges?
I thought we talked about that, and I don't think that's only like 24 grand. That's peanuts compared. If you're not spending 150,000, 125, say 155, 175,000 dollars, 25 grand is a drop in the bucket.
I'm just asking because I know it's been a topic of conversation in
It
the past.
has, and then Kevin said we couldn't do that, right? Now he's saying that we can do that.
You could do that.
But you have to give a cash discount.
Yeah, is that what it is, a cash discount? Okay, well, that's,
But we found out in the middle of the year where you really can't, decide on time to change rates.
it's something for us to think about,
Okay.
right?
Well, I'll ask Kevin again if that is
A viable option.
yeah.
I think a lot of golfers gonna have a hard time with that.
With the cash discount?
Not with the cash discount, but the extra charge.
I don't.
Well, pass them along the charge? Well, you're gonna keep
Pass
the rate,
it along the-
you keep it where it's at, but you'd offer a cash discount. Say, here it is. If it's credit one, here's the rates, but
Okay, if the rates stay the same.
The rate
Whereas
stays.
last year, you're gonna have, let's say, if you get a discount, so it's cash.
let's see where these things land and then go from there. But, you may not have to raise your rates. You may not have to. And I think that's what we're all
I don't
talking
think
about.
we
We don't
No,
have a lot. We have to hard, we have to.
When
That's great.
when golfers come in, all right, you give them the price of what you're gonna pay, they give them the charge card and they do it, they don't, go through the details. That's what I've seen, I don't see a lot of golfers going through the details of how much am I being charged for this, that.
Some are just credit card users versus cash.
Yeah.
users. That's fair.
Yeah, well, what are other courses doing?
I can look into it. I know not everyone's in the same, that loophole as for municipals, so I'm not sure what loopholes other courses would have to go to. Or do you even have that option?
All right.
Do we have to have the rates finalized next month?
No, it's
February.
February,
February.
town council meeting.
So we may have to have 2 meetings in January in order to hash that out. The outing contract.
You guys have a copy?
Yeah.
I know someone suggested they should be separate, so
Yep, that's
maybe
good.
separate ones.
A cover letter, thank you
For
for your interest in having,
Renzi.
Yeah, I got.
well, the first one.
Oh,
The very front one, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Having your event,
Yeah,
you event.
Yeah.
there's a lot of.
Oh, there's typos everywhere, man.
Yeah.
I got them too.
We know it can get overwhelming preparing an event. Instead of even,
Yeah.
right here as well.
So one, Peter, why don't you just give him what you have, or.
That's all I have, that's all I have, I only have it on the cover letter.
Yeah,
Alright, so on the back of
I
that,
was,
the,
I have a few of it.
you got, okay, what do you got, Bill?
So I got, the second paragraph, making sure your event runs professionally, not smoothly, unprofessionally. And, same paragraph, we know it can be overwhelming preparing an event, as said. And, make your day as convenient as possible. And then, next to the last paragraph, to secure your event, please complete this
Yeah,
contract.
just you're right. When you say convenient as possible, like you make your day, okay.
The
Well,
other,
well,
the
yeah.
second,
You
know, it's
enjoyable as possible. How's
I would
that?
say enjoyable.
enjoyable,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, that's, go double vote.
Are we, if, you know, if we're gonna handle, what we handle the whole thing, we have these two sides too, right? I just did it, you know, so let's go to the golf packages first. It's, weekday shotguns must start before 12 p.m. To close the course, the golf course, it should be on a weekday.
Correct.
You must have 72 players or more, okay? And then, to close the course on the weekend, or a weekend, or either, you know, a weekend, you know, no, the week, well,
On a
weekend,
weekend.
a weekend.
To close
Or
the
holiday.
course on a
Yeah, well, on
weekend.
A, it's both on A again, with that one, so, alright, good.
What is it at the bottom of that? It has add-ons, very last sentence, outing
Yeah, add-ons.
choice of amount.
For golf shot credit. So if you want $5 per head, it's your choice of amount.
I can't understand.
Okay, anything else on that part, guys? Nope, okay, good. That's done. Then we have this thing, which is the
Outing
outing
contract.
document itself, right?
That's the contract, right?
Okay, this is a contract, so I didn't know, do we have an assistant director of golf?
That's Jerry.
I didn't know he was assistant director of golf.
Yeah,
Did you know that? No? Anybody know that one?
Yeah, because he was always the assistant director of golf, even under Jonathan, he was assistant director of golf.
Okay, so,
We don't have a superintendent.
which is
We're the only course without a superintendent.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to.
no, Tim, the restaurant, that's my 5 days present, must be with Alright. Number 7 is the add to your total balance due.
Oh, go, before I go to number 7.
Well, I don't know, what else does anyone else have on this?
I think, what do you call it, there, number,
Which side do you
5,
want?
number 5A, where it says cancellation or postponement of outing can only be made on the day of outing.
Yes,
Yes,
that's correct.
the day of the outing.
Yeah.
Because what was happening is people were canceling days before, thinking, oh, it's gonna rain, and it didn't rain. And that happened this year, that happened more than once this year? That happened once,
At least twice.
twice. People canceled because they thought the weather was gonna be bad and horrendous, and it
Well,
wasn't.
what happens if, for some reason, a lot of their players drop out and they don't have the minimum?
That's,
Oh, wow.
well, you're paying ahead of time, that's not your problem, man. Well, if they drop out, that's not your problem. They're still, that's a liable, that's a viable contract.
Well, in that situation, hopefully 2 things. One, they eat, right? They come here and eat. And 2, they buy, if they don't want to do a postponement, they buy vouchers. We just have to figure out how much.
We talked about this last
Yeah,
time.
we did.
I know,
Because Ren's gonna get stuck with the food, I mean, that's not fair to him either, right? I mean, he ordered all the food and somebody decides, hey, I'm not gonna show up because they said it's gonna rain.
Okay.
It's a beautiful day, and he wants steaks and whatever,
Yep,
and,
I remember that.
you know?
Yeah, when somebody sets up an outing, they put down $250 and they don't have to pay it until a week after.
Right,
Well, that's a
Outing.
problem,
Here,
that's
I
a
mean, how are
problem,
you gonna collect that?
that is a
Put it on
problem.
the contract.
Well,
Well,
then,
you have-
well, then it's something else
You
to
gotta-
think about, you're still liable, I mean, you can't,
How about like letter C, right? Like, Cause you give them an option to go to another date. If they don't want another, you know, if they don't wanna reschedule, you know, you make them buy vouchers, but how much, you know, you can't, I
Well,
don't
there
think
is
you can see the
200
whole field, like, in our last couple meetings, someone was saying the whole.
Well, there's
field.
$250, that's just to hold the date.
Yeah,
Do you want money up ahead of time? Do you want half the money up ahead of time or anything like that? Because everybody's gonna have to have some seed money.
That's
what-
hard, half.
Well, then how much are you gonna ask?
A lot of these guys generate the money through the
From
raffles and
agents.
when they register. Not everybody pays up front.
Yeah, but you want more than $250, Peter, if somebody's gonna walk away and say, listen, hey, look, you keep my $250, I'll walk away. Then everybody's stiff, right? I mean, if you think about it. Because you're saying that, you know, Ramsey's gonna buy the food ahead of time.
They should be 10%, 15%, 20%.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, a percentage.
Do a percentage, that's, okay. So a week before that you want, I don't know, what's gonna,
I would do 15. So, yeah, I mean,
say it.
so a week before the outing, you know, you're gonna want, in addition to the 250, 15% of the, total of the outing contract, right?
Yep.
So they don't walk away.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you have to protect the town too, right? And then you also have to protect Ramsey, or whoever the restaurateur is that, you know, permittee is at the time.
Yeah, at least that way they got some skin in it.
Yeah.
Instead of just 250,
Sure.
they'll walk away. Number 7. Give me the second sentence, or third sentence. Payments are accepted.
We sure we're on the same one, you're on this one that's got that many. I was looking at the one that's got 9 of them.
no, we're on the golf contract.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're on the golf.
Okay, there's two of them.
Payments are accepted in form of cash and check.
Yeah.
Number 9, all sponsor signs must be assembled and delivered. Number 10, all outings must start. And what is this, number 12, for tournaments scored by Timberland Golf Club.
I would say by staff or for tournaments to be scored by player list.
Is that part of Mark's job? Is
He
that?
told-
Yeah, that is
it's
mine.
his sentence, he had that in there from his previous list, so I just kind of copied in there, but that's basically saying.
You know what I would say? I wouldn't even say that. I would just say, please provide us with your player lists and pairings 2 days prior. That's it. You don't even have to say anything else. That's all I would say.
Yeah.
Just please provide us, or no, a player list and pairings must be provided to us 2 days before the event. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's what it says there.
Yeah.
Number 8. Let me know when you're ready. Say, read it back to us, so make sure you have it right.
The player list and, pairings must be provided 2 days prior.
Perfect.
Okay. Number 8, the 10% late fee will be added to your total balance due. Just add balance due. Yes, sir.
And I think 10% is from something we came up with in
That's
the
fair
last
enough.
couple meetings.
Yep. That's fair enough. And that holds true, for number 7 on the other side. Alright, so are we done with this side?
I would say instead of the liaison,
Yeah,
I would say I would say the tournament contract holder or whatever, I mean, whoever signs the contract is responsible.
You know, coordinator.
Is liaison fair enough?
Yeah, but
I would,
it's
you
a
know what?
contact person, but what is that the right name?
Whoever signs the contract, be specific. Give it out.
I don't have the source on my phone.
Or you could say, you know, this contract is where Timberland Golf Club is Timberland and tournament is the contract holder, whatever. You could define those two and then you can say the tournament is responsible for. But I mean, we're gonna run this through legal anyway, I'm sure.
You'll send it over to.
Yeah, so he'll,
Both the contracts, this one and the food.
yeah, I mean, I would just say,
Contact is another one. Contact, the tournament contact, that's right? That's-
I don't know, whoever signs the game contract
Yeah.
personally.
Contract deed. Because, yeah, the
Contract
tournament-
signer or whatever.
the tournament liaison is used, I think, in a couple of different places.
Yeah, it is.
Well, you know what, I would make a note on the bottom, tournament liaison, you know, for legal, just say, you know, will you suggest, you know.
I think you're right, it has to go through
But
legal
here
anyway,
it says name of liaison
then you have to leave it, then leave it.
on the
Yeah.
top.
Alright,
Well, he'll change it, if it's tournament coordinator or
Change it
tournament
across the
or.
board.
yeah.
We're gonna change everything across, so I would just put a question mark, that
That's it.
liaison is the proper word to use.
Yeah, well,
Coordinator.
that person, the liaison, is signing this contract here. So,
The driving range,
What do you see that?
per person,
250 per person.
we all said
Five.
5 was a
Yep.
lot.
Yep.
And not many,
I
houses
think, no,
probably
we did, yeah, they just put the big bucket.
Right.
But that can't be like, alright, now that's the new bucket price that they wanna buy buckets.
No,
Right, like, here's your outing price.
this is,
This is an addition to,
Right,
I would just say, you know what I would say, $250 per, add-ons. If you wish to supply balls for the tournament, then the price would be $250 per person. If you don't wanna buy for the tournament, then smalls are $5, they can do it individually.
Yeah.
Word it somehow like that.
gotcha.
So 100 people is only $250 for rainbow, that's nothing.
Is that too
No, that's
low
good.
now or?
No, that's good, I think that's good, it's $250 that we wouldn't have got probably.
still may not get, but whatever.
So that's the golf contract.
And this is, the food and beverage contract, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see that, got it.
Now this, I imagine, is not due at the start of the year like the golf contract.
The beverage contract, no, this would have to be, this is basically Ramsey's contract,
Yeah, we
correct?
don't, this isn't,
Why are we getting involved in Ramsey's
this
contract?
isn't our deal. I mean, Ramsey should be the one that approves this,
He has.
okay, then,
Okay,
Oh, it has?
great, so,
Well, then, okay,
just for FYIs for everyone then?
yeah, this is
Yeah.
FYI.
okay.
Do we need to send that to the council too or no?
I'm sure council needs to see it.
Yeah, well, it's got
Both contracts.
Timberland Golf Club.
I would say here though, instead of call Ramsey for price, because he'll just blow out any price, just put market price,
That's the word, right?
because I'll call him, it'll be $34.95. Bill will call and it'll be $35.60, and then you'll call and it'll be $29.95. That's the way it works.
Well, that one minor thing, number 6, again, it's like the
Same wording, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
payments are accepted, or payment is accepted, one of the
That's that. Star.
Well, thinking about this, it sounds okay.
You can do it one more time.
Right.
That's like 7 times over.
Number 9. If the food and beverage service is not used, there will be a $5 charge per person, per player.
If you're closing the course that day.
But,
Remember our
yeah,
guidelines.
close the
to-
course.
Yeah.
And they don't use it, so he's saying, listen, so he's not taking a full loss.
Yeah,
And that- I mean, again, this is Ramsey's contract, this has nothing to do with us. And
I've
that's
seen
how-
that in other places too.
Yeah, alright,
Or like-
yeah.
Yeah.
But if we are having an outing, who's gonna come here for food? Other than the outing, hopefully.
The only thing at the top is the Timberland Golf Club is at the top here,
So I know,
Probably should go.
It should be Ramsey's, right?
It should be probably par for the course
It's
restaurant.
right, part of the course, not us.
when I reviewed our meetings, someone said we should have par for the course, and it should be more generic, so for the future.
Well, or, the,
I
whatever.
put par for the course.
I put part for the course for
Okay.
now, and then everybody's gonna have I mean, this is not your contract, this is his contract.
No, it's,
Yeah, I mean, his is,
No offense, you're doing him a favor right now.
he's getting renewed anyway.
Yeah.
So this will be good for the next several years.
Okay, excellent.
And then that's his price.
yeah,
No, we don't need that, I mean, I think
That's
Caroline,
all.
that's irrelevant.
Okay.
Okay.
I make a motion to accept the dates for the next year.
Well, we're not even there yet, but okay, the meeting dates.
It seems to be the third Thursday of every month.
Yeah, well, we already checked it out, it's every Thursday, we verified all of them, right? So,
Yeah,
a motion to accept the meeting dates, Peter DeFazio, does somebody second that? Anybody second that? Seven, very good, all in favor? Jimmy Green, you there? You say aye?
let's see, there isn't a conflict with Thanksgiving, is there?
No.
No?
All right, that takes care of that one. With the project's golf course.
so, more or less CIP projects. So you guys see the number we're working with. You got some ideas from us under the golf course report. Now, we asked, what kind of ideas were y'all looking for? Say like, maybe we just say, alright, here's 10, there's 15 grand, what would you like to see done with it?
Well, how much do we have to work with?
Yeah.
I mean, before we do.
The number we have right now is at 52,
Yeah,
and figure,
so you have $50,000 basically, so it's even covered.
Oh, are we paying for this architect? And how much is that? Cause that's probably gonna be capital, isn't it?
what architect, what we talking about?
For the golf course in order to look at what traps
The golf course architect will be
Oh, that-
needed to identify?
That's just a thought, we
Oh,
haven't,
okay.
we haven't made that,
Okay,
booking yet.
gotcha.
At $10,000.
No, it's just for ideas, no, I mean, for ideas of what each of you
Yeah,
are thinking.
I definitely gotta cut that pine tree down with all the carts, that's a definite.
I know Mr. Green also has said that in the past, so.
Yeah, that's gotta happen.
Keep them on the, just
Probably sweet.
Jimmy there? Jimmy there?
Okay, so it's,
Jim? Jimmy?
Yes, can you hear me? I can hear you.
Alright, good, we just wanna make sure you're there.
Wake up!
Yeah, I'm here.
Alright.
I'm here.
We just talked about taking down that, like you, with that, tree that's over by the carts. So we're looking at things to do, they have $50,000 to play with. Actually, you don't even have 50, you have 40, because you want to leave 10 in the bank, right? So you have $40,000 to play with, right?
Some of that's gonna be the clock pad or no?
No, that's different funds, man.
Okay, good.
They're separate funds.
Good.
But the bunkers, I mean, obviously the bunkers are looking at something completely different, correct? That's not,
Bunker, that's all,
That's
it's
all.
insurance money
a
and
grant
whatever
money.
the town gives us,
Okay,
that's no CIP.
there's no CIP on that one.
Also for bridges, no CIP,
We'll talk about that later. Okay, so then, if we have $40,000 to use, why don't we start thinking about then, what else has to be done besides that tree work right there, right? You're looking at two, you wanna get rid of, you wanna finally fix some of the paths, like on 16 and 9. I mean,
We could finish the path on 16.
yeah, I mean, make it look halfway decent, right?
Yeah, and I would curb it. My opinion. Because you got that path going around the white.
Or
birch.
the one going all the way around, right? And then
No,
they're
no,
going
I
around
mean,
the
I'm
curve.
talking about, curb it on the left. Maybe not all the way up, but once you get up there, once you get to the bunker on the left, curb it. Because this will prevent people from going around that white birch.
I'm trying to think.
There's a definite dirt path.
On the right-hand side or the left-hand side?
On the left-hand side. The right-hand side,
I mean, people go around and they go around the green, you
yeah,
know?
that's fine.
But then they cut down.
I'm talking about on the left-hand side, when you go up that hill, it's all dirt and
Yes,
hilly
I think you
stuff.
gotta get rid of that. That's
So curb it, like, put a nice curb on there, and this stays, that all stays green, and you end the curb so that if they come around the back, they can still get around the back.
and get in.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're
No, I
coming up 16, here's the bunker,
Yep.
and then here's that white birch tree. Right now, people are doing this.
Oh, I understand now.
So,
I get it. I'm
put a
sorry.
curb-
Oh,
put a
God,
curb
I
right there,
understand what you're saying.
And then if they come
Got
around the back of the green, they can
They
still
still
go,
got it.
because you're ending the
Got it,
curb
okay.
like
I
here.
understand what you're saying. Okay,
But
well,
this will
that's-
prevent them from
But
this month.
yeah, but the problem is they close down the asphalt plants. They're closing down. So it's like, I mean, this is stuff that should have been done now, right? I don't know when they're closing down the plants, but they'll be closing down soon. Right, and then, so what are you thinking about on, the new tee box on 17? What are you thinking about there?
It's more for the seniors and ladies down by the flat.
Oh, down below.
Yeah.
So you're not even thinking about the other tee box that was built way back in the day that no one's using over there anymore, right? That's not
I mean,
going on.
We've used it more often, or more, no?
So, a lot of golf courses today are putting forward tees on the fairway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why can't we just do that instead of having to build a tee?
You could, I mean, you know,
Mow it low like a fairway.
Mark was saying that a while back. You're absolutely correct. And I never saw that until I went to another course. I said, holy cow.
A lot of
I
courses
know,
are
but
doing
it's
that now
more and
to
more
play
common,
it
yeah.
forward, you know?
well, you're also assuming all the ladies are gonna play there.
Oh, no, you don't have to.
I'm just
No,
calling
no,
it a
whoa,
forward
whoa,
tee.
whoa.
I'm just calling
You
it a
have to.
forward, you're just calling it a forward tee.
Usually, in my experience, the people playing from those tees are juniors or like your super seniors. Like, you know, I think it would be a really short hole for your Monday, Tuesdays folks. You know, if you
Yeah,
start
I don't
doing
think,
things like
yeah, I
that.
don't think the seniors would be using it, other than the super seniors.
I'll tell you what, some of the senior women may use it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And then
I
that's
think
fine,
so.
but it's another set of tees, but you're right.
Yeah, I mean,
you can just do it for juniors in general, because we have so many junior events, and you can just call them we call them our
Call them
double
forward
diamond
tees.
tees.
Oh, yeah, give them a name.
You know, whatever, but
So would you have to remake the?
for
cards?
those tees.
No.
Because those, you don't use those for tournaments.
Right.
It's literally, you use it for juniors, and, you know, your Niners, whatever, you know, whoever really wants to use it, but you're not using it for, tournaments unless.
Because, I mean, most of these tees from the fairway, they're not gonna hit irons, they're hitting woods, so you're not chopping up the grass.
Right.
You know what I mean, you're just making it a shorter hole without all the baloney of having to, you know.
Probably holes where you can only do one of each, either a new tee or a tee in the fairway.
Right, oh, yeah,
Yeah,
Like
yes,
17.
yes.
It's 16 in the fairway might be too short even for ladies. So you know maybe you do it on other.
Not all.
Yeah, but you could go, you could mow out an area at the bottom of the
That's
hill
true.
though, right at the bottom of the hill. Now I bet you the women would like that,
So
now they get close to the water.
I know they like number 4, so we're gonna extend number 4 a little more. I know number 16 got finished this week with some sod.
Yeah, I saw that. That's good.
So that was just, you know, I know he had this forward tee project for a couple of years now, so I asked him what his next thoughts were. He said 17 over there by the flat. So unless, you know, there's other holes, you know, and we don't have to put new tees, you know, some holes we can do these tees.
I think that's probably a smarter move, it's probably a more economical move too, just put the forward tees. It just makes more sense.
Yeah.
I mean, you built the other tees, so they are built, right? So
Yeah.
you're not gonna go back, but going forward, that may be, you know, another way.
So you're saying there's forward tees on every hole, because on some courses, there's forward tees on some holes, which when you play a nine,
Right.
you could have a hybrid.
Right,
You know?
like you could put, like, 6, for instance,
Yeah,
okay, you
Right.
could put a tee, you could, instead of having the reds, the women play from
Put it
there,
up in the
they could play
fairway.
it near the bunker.
Yeah,
so maybe that's,
well, you say up to, on 6?
Yeah.
Or just put it on the fairway.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
that's
you
what
say,
I'm
yeah.
saying, but up near the bunker or a little.
Yeah, well, back, it's still a par 5, but yeah.
Yeah.
when we get the two ladies back.
The only thing I can see problem with that is they have to get off the mower. and Move the tee back.
Well, no, these are in the ground.
Oh, you're
They're
basically,
basically
really? Oh, that's interesting.
they're basically
cement,
like,
cement type of deal.
yeah. Or you could get something like your 150-yard markers.
Okay, yeah, the ones I see are just,
No,
Yeah,
this way here, they move them.
It's in the ground. It's like a marker,
Got
like
it.
a yardage marker.
So you put the permanent marker in there at
Yeah.
that point in time.
That's why I say you might as well just do it for juniors, you know, because
I just call them forward tees. I would call
forward
them juniors
tees, yeah,
because
we
that's
call them
forward tees. I like that term.
So you could, yeah, you could just like level up the
Yeah.
spot, put sod down. and-
So,
You're not even putting sod down. You're just.
No,
You
I
don't
know
even-
what- I know
you
what
don't
you're
even have to
saying.
level it.
no.
You just find, you
Well,
find
just-
a level.
you find
a
a level
spot,
spot.
and that's the area, and it's right there.
That's a
How
good.
Meadow does it.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple courses that do that. I played another course that had that, and I've never saw it
Timber,
before.
Tumblebrook does it.
Are there any other forward tees planned?
Well, now you can put them on some of the par 5. Yeah. And it makes it, you know, because it's not, I don't think it's fair to have the women hit from the same part as the senior tees. I just don't. I think it's not fair at all.
That's a long.
It is a long line, you know? So on all the holes, you have a set of forward tees, and that's the ball when it is.
Okay.
So, all right, let's, you know, 2, what do you want to think about 2? You want to just cut down some trees, but that, you know,
Well, two.
you got more than trees. And I don't know what we're gonna do, man. I don't know. I mean, you know, is that part of the architect? You think you're not coming in?
I don't think I have the knowledge and experience
No,
to
no,
kind
you
of,
don't.
you know, refigure that hole out. So it would definitely be, you know, going to someone that knows what the heck they're doing.
Well, if you're looking at an architect to do the bumpers,
bumpers,
then,
yeah.
then
Maybe
are
tie
there,
that
you
in.
know, take a look at that one too. I mean, what other holes do we have that are a problem? You know, we have the irrigation problem between 5 and 6, right? I mean, you know, that was just a waste. I don't know why we did what we did, but it's too late, you know. So, what else is there, guys? Any other holes that really need reconfiguring? So as we're at it.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna get rid of, the cart path behind 4.
We are. I mean, that's
That's going
ideally.
into 5, right? That's yeah. You want to bring it the other way around.
Yeah, ideally, we'd love the car path to go around and then around the other side of the tee.
Yes, yes. And we said it was even better for the handicap
Right.
because it was a little bit more. You know, there wasn't that much of an embankment there, right?
Yes.
Yes.
But these projects are expensive, so
Yeah.
we do
Yeah.
16. We wait another year for 5.
Well, you have $40,000. It's not going to cost you $40,000 to do that. You think so?
It could. I mean,
Yeah,
just
that's
one
expensive.
hole, I
Oh,
think,
yeah.
is 20 for one hole.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the quote from 2 years ago too.
Okay.
So,
That's paved.
but I'd like to do something where it's seen like it's value to you guys, right? It's not just like
Not just eye candy.
put some value to it.
I think 16 would be the one. You have to make that look bad. I mean, you're trying with 4, right? That you could buy time with, but I think 16 would be kind of, that would be nice. So start with that one.
In regards to the trees, okay, the reason for the trees by the golf carts is because of all the sap coming down? Or?
Well, yeah, the pine needles, all the pine needles, they're all over the place.
Ruin the court.
I'm sure eventually when we get our grant for the barn there, the tree's gonna have to come down maybe anyway.
Yeah, because I looked at some of the carts today, they do that sap.
Jimmy, were you saying something?
No, I wasn't. I'm listening.
Okay.
And who's paying for the trees that are coming down?
Well, that's a great point, Bill. That's a phenomenal.
We
point.
do. We always do.
Yeah, I know, we always do,
But is it CIP? It doesn't have to be CIP. And it's not CIP, this is just.
It's
just
been
regular
CIP
maintenance.
since day one.
But that's wrong.
But that,
That
But
is
that's
absolutely
wrong.
wrong. However, we couldn't buy shirts for the staff or stuff like that because it's not capital. Yet cutting a tree is a capital expense. Oh,
No, that's, I think we beat that horse to death, it's not capital anymore. It's non-capital funds cutting down trees. It's repairs and maintenance or grounds. Right? Because you can't capitalize a tree coming down, you can't capitalize a tree that you buy. And I think, I'll be more than happy to talk to anybody that wants to.
I've always said that dangerous trees should be on the town and not us.
Well, that's true.
Because dangerous trees
But it's
come
not-
down.
but it's not
Safe
capital.
Harbor,
Yeah, listen, I agree with you.
Crystal clean.
That's all right. So let's talk about the bunkers now. As long as we have, this stuff,
Do we have insurance money? Did they approve?
That's like on the 5-yard line. From my, yeah.
our 5-yard line or their 5-yard
No.
line? We're about to go, are we going in?
We're about to score.
Yes, you have to just.
The question is, are we the Giants or what?
You gonna let him talk like that?
I like the Saints, not a lot of them.
I'm told we should have it by before we all leave for Christmas.
And how much?
So what are you looking at?
I don't know if that's what we're gonna.
What are,
gonna get.
any ideas? Rock.
Ballpark?
I mean, if you ask me, it's probably gonna be right around where, like around the last time.
Which was that?
I think the last time was what, around 400, 500?
1,000?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's not a lot.
Not if we were gonna go to Capital.
But are we going to capillary? We go to sod?
No, we wanna go capillary. We don't wanna do felt lining.
No felt. What outside?
We're just thinking of longevity. If it means to spend a little more for longevity,
Hey,
that's
as long
kind
as
of
you
the
take
thing
out,
we've been trying to
as long
do.
as you take out a bunch.
We're taking them out, right? So if we're taking them out, we still have to repurpose those. So they're
Well,
grass, right?
right,
But
they're
that's
more
still a
of a
fee. That's still,
It's still a fee, but it's not the same fee as redoing the bunker.
So what's it gonna cost to capillary bunkers for all of them that we want? And then,
Well, we have one from Stonehenge. We're waiting for another one from Michelangelo. I mean, Stonehenge. That's the name that I know, just from
they're right, they're
awesome.
local.
because
They
you
do,
know
they do a
because
lot of work.
local. But yeah, I mean, we're just waiting for those 2 boats. We can kind of go from there because we're also trying to see what kind of sod work they're gonna do, right? Because it's not just the bunker, but the grass. 5 yards from it too,
Yeah.
right?
You gotta
So.
taper it in, right? I mean, it has to.
Well, either that or resod it.
Yeah.
Do we have a list of bunkers that we wanna take out?
No.
That's up to the
Yeah,
architect.
architect.
Could we suggest something?
Well,
Yeah,
you were.
Seriously, Saul,
yeah.
you know what? That forward tee on 4, nice idea. But if that tee on 4 were to the left, then they could run it up. They still can't run up a ball on 4.
Well, that's
They can't run up a ball on 16.
that's where this changes in bunkers what with input from everyone. That's where the
So
source
you make a
change.
grass bunker in front?
Or just,
Or
no
just a
bunker at
smaller
all.
bunker.
A smaller one, a smaller one, a smaller one.
Or
Listen,
no bunker,
in the
right?
front of 13, I always said this, on the front of 13, you have that humongous
Oh,
bunker.
Mm.
Instead of, if you have to have bunkers or you want to put 3, 6 rake is in Swift Bunker, they're not gonna, because the rake is gonna be near
Other
that.
side,
You know what I mean?
I don't,
Look at that hole, and think about how beautiful that would look with
Well,
Pop Bunker in
again,
front and get rid of the one on the
That's an
left there.
architect, right?
yeah, but, you know, we always, like, one of the things we like to see is more run-ups, like Peter said. You know, cause not everyone just flies it on the green, right? It needs to run up maybe 5-10 yards sometimes. So, you know, that's one of the things we'd like to see around around the greens. You know, so, but that's, you know, we gotta get someone here to look at that.
Doesn't it have to go out to bid?
The
The
architect,
Well,
I
depends
think
how much, right?
how much,
Well,
yeah.
depends what the cool.
I know, ordinances were changed on how much, you know, before we have to get bids, but, like, if it's, I think if it's under 10, I think we just have to get quotes.
It's 10,000. If it's under 10, you see quotes. If it's under 50, I think you can go off the list.
Is that right?
There's a BAS list, but I don't know that a golf architect is going to be on there, right? I mean, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for a golf architect,
Yeah,
not just, you know, an architect.
no, a golf architect,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and Gail suggested that we contact
CTBGA.
CSGA or the Connecticut section, see if they have anybody that, you know, because we may get a deal, you know?
Number 6 is a good example, right off the tee, the bunker on the right. You got trees over there, you got a bunker. You need both.
Yeah, well, we were thinking, isn't there one on the left?
Yeah.
We were thinking of taking the one on the left out, you know, but again, these are all, you'd have to, get a lot of opinions from different players too, right? It's not just,
No, that's what you, yeah, but you also have the,
I agree with you.
you also have
One on
the,
the right should be.
Yeah.
One on the right, you got the
I
trees.
think that's,
yeah, but you're right.
It's enough has.
got it.
At least the one on the left saves it from going up to the road.
The bridges. I'm kind of, I don't know what this means.
Through
I'm kind of- the
research,
rail system,
right?
What does that mean?
Through research, we couldn't find anything as far as you have to have a certain height.
Really? As far as the.
For a golf course.
This isn't a
Really?
this isn't a walking.
Oh,
bridge.
I'm sorry. Okay, all right, I'm sorry.
Right?
Okay,
Right.
okay.
So, this is a rail system that Atlas have used on other courses, where, you can see it's not as high as, it was, at first we were thinking you had to have something around 42 inches.
Yeah,
But now, this is at 24,
so you're at 2 feet high, right?
Yeah.
2 feet.
That's just for the posts.
just posts.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah, so it's 20 inches, okay.
You know, and, this is what we're gonna go with as far as for railings.
So this is just the railing.
Yeah, and you figure that's a concrete pad, you know, a concrete,
Concrete
Bridge.
top rail, huh?
Really?
Oh, what is the distance there?
what's that?
What's the distance from concrete top wrap? You're gonna need.
Well, there's
steel
gonna be
rebar.
reinforcements,
Coming down.
Coming
All right, so, got it.
cause it's funny you say that, cause we revised it to where 6 inches here instead of 4, and we're asking for
Well, you
stabilizers.
can't go 6 inches.
But they-
So 6 inches brings it to the top, so you're back up to 24. If you go up another 2, right? Is that what you're saying?
From 6 inches from this, just the bottom 6 inches.
Oh, I'm sorry, okay.
Concrete, maintenance wise.
But they're saying the engineer's gonna actually put stabilizers already.
Well, you're
What's
gonna have-
what's the expected life of these railings, do they say?
I could ask that question.
Gotta last pretty long time.
Yeah.
I would think.
Until somebody starts banging it with a cart, right?
Exactly, you're gonna.
And then they're gonna hit that with the cart, what
Yeah,
happens?
the cart's gonna get,
The cart's gonna get damaged,
the
it's
cart's
gonna
gonna
get
get
demolished.
a lot,
Well,
yeah.
sure,
Cart's
you're
gonna-
gonna take.
The bridge is gonna win.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just like the trees.
so, I mean, that's actually, well, why concrete?
What's that?
Why concrete?
Well, I'm hoping for longevity, but
But then you have to worry about the carts. I mean, it's a double-edged sword, right? I mean, it's,
what were you thinking, like wood or metal?
no, not,
I know metals.
I was thinking that, you know, the yellow pine.
You know what, I don't mind these, because if that really becomes a problem, you could always put in here.
Coating?
Well, no, you ever seen a horse mat,
Hats.
a horse mat?
Oh,
Big
the rubber.
You could always put bumpers on the insides.
That's an idea.
I don't see that.
No, that's actually a good idea, that's probably a good idea. You may wanna do that at the front.
Maybe.
We could
Kind
rent
of
Well,
like the tires
You
too.
program the cars.
You hit that car.
Go straight
With that
across.
thing, man, you're the,
Yeah.
you lost. Right?
So is that something?
My money's on the bridge.
You do with the cars to go straight across rather than,
I mean,
to shut them down?
I don't know if
No.
it's that
My-
accurate or.
My question is, are these bridges gonna be a little wider than the ones we have now?
I know we're thinking of two, I can get you the widths of them.
Because
There's
the
two sizes.
14's a real narrow one,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So if it's a foot wider, then these edges should be a problem unless there's an outing where they're just absolutely drunk.
Yeah, but I thought you were gonna have emergency vehicles over it.
No, those emergency vehicles have to get around the golf course.
So you have to have two bridges.
A couple, that they get her over so that they can get.
Oh,
So you know,
there's
it's
a couple.
Yeah.
It's probably one on 13.
I think
Well,
Right,
17.
actually 17.
17.
17.
They
17.
can get everywhere from there.
And so what are we looking at as far as timing on this song?
we're hoping for January, Feb.
Really?
Sorry.
Wow, you know what, let me tell you, if that does come to fruition, people will be very pleased, I think people will be kind of shocked,
Yeah, I think
you know?
Well, yeah, because they'll see this stuff's getting done.
Yeah,
And that's important.
that's huge, that's huge.
Where
Very
the
good.
going?
Well, no,
Um,
that's, is it
that's a bonding money.
grant money, is that bond? or-
That grant money,
Yeah.
what is bonding money? That's bonding from the state, right?
Yeah.
We're getting some good, are we getting grant money for that too? Are we
Well,
getting
that's the same,
something
it's the
for
same,
that?
it's from OPM, it's all from
Yeah,
OPM,
Is it LoSiP?
yes.
LoSiP.
Yes, it is. Alright, so what, you know, if we're not spending all the money on, and I don't mean to keep going over it, but if we're not spending all the money on 16, if there's money left over, you know, then what do you think about for phase 2, 3, 4, whatever you're doing for the rain?
Well, I know Mark, he requested like a sunroof. I'll look into it. I know everyone we're requesting some fencing.
Yeah.
Look
Well,
into that.
Yeah, yeah.
I know when I started talking to Jerry about a short game area on the right side of the range, on the top of the hill, he's saying there's no water there, so it'll be tough to keep it
Oh,
alive.
hot top? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So what,
So we started talking about where the ice rink used to be.
Yeah.
with
Oh, the tennis courts, yeah.
Tennis courts. We both have pros and cons to the location. You know, one, you're adding, I think, a lot of traffic in that area where, you know, I don't know if that's gonna affect the tee box.
You know, I still say you put a nice fence there to protect that practice area,
Yeah,
and I think that would really look spectacular.
like wooden fence it down the driveway, the path.
No, I'm talking about, you're gonna have to put some sort of net,
I see.
you know, it doesn't have to be very high. You know, it's just gotta be 10, 12 feet higher than the tallest person standing on the practice green or whatever it is. But that would look really nice over there, they can really do a nice job over there. With bunkers, you know, nice bunker area. It doesn't have to be a putting green.
No,
Just a chipping area.
Yeah. So the quality of that green might be like
Who
on a
cares?
fairway, how you.
Fairway.
Oh, exactly, yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
not like a green you cut with a.
Right, you know,
green
yeah.
smaller. So I'm hoping when we get this bunker project going, that they can just do a couple of bunkers for us as well.
Well, you know what, with all the bunkers we're taking out, they can save the sand for the.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, so.
Right,
But first and foremost, the fencing and, you know.
fencing is
Mark-
key,
Mark-
I think that fencing is key.
And you could make
Protect
it
the
look,
cars.
you could make it look pretty nice, it doesn't have to be a chain link fence, or,
Right,
you know, but it could be something that looks pretty nice.
and, you know, obviously investing in some better golf balls.
You gotta worry about the maintenance of that too, you know, how you can, you know, so.
So, can you do me a favor, could you pull that clock off?
Yeah.
Cause it's cold now, we don't, I mean, it just lifts right up. If you could do that for me and bring it in the office, I'd appreciate it.
Or so the town tent, so we need money coming from, that's,
I mean,
That's not ours, I mean,
No,
that's.
I mean, I'm not using CIP on that.
No,
or
no, that's not,
surplus or, you know,
no,
GFs.
no, that's the town's money, man.
I gotta,
You're
I
clicking
gotta
it.
ask where it's coming from,
Well,
because it's gonna have to be done soon, I think.
well, that, you know what, that's gotta be town stuff, because Ramsey's paying rent.
Rent, so,
And-
2 and 3 down
That's
there
not us.
are tied into each other, right? The
Say it
wood
again.
constructed, two, the bullets down below.
oh, yeah,
You know, it's all tied together, so it's just like, so what do you wanna do?
I mean, you can go both ways. You could buy a new cover and use the same structure. You can do what I would like is more of a wooden structure where phase one is just like a pavilion, you know, and then you phase in whatever you want, walls, circulation for year round, but that's just talking, you know.
No, that's
But
fine, let's put it on
me, I
paper.
would like, what I see more often than not is a wooden pavilion that's, you know.
You gotta worry about the birds, but yeah,
Well,
you're right.
that, I'm sure there's things we
No,
can
no,
do for that.
I think you're right on that one, I
Yeah, they
think.
gotta get rid of those stupid lights, those are awful.
Which one?
The lights that they have in that tent.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
that's,
but
the whole
make it
thing is, I
nice.
think, is
Okay,
outdated,
so,
right? Like,
Fine, then,
you know, so,
you know, instead of, then
Cafeteria.
propose something, man, it's like, I'm with you,
Yeah,
I'm
even-
exactly with you.
even, I know in the past, you know, Jimmy Green would say something to Ramsey, you know, half it with a town or something, but that's something I have to just talk with Erosion with and see what we have to do to get this thing accomplished.
Hey, Ramsey was all set to, build the deck.
Yeah,
He was willing to build it, have a mason come out and do a real nice patio
Right.
with a wrought iron fence and everything else.
I know,
Yeah.
and,
Yeah, didn't happen.
I know if things go through in these long-term plans of the town, that building should be getting new windows, doors, flooring in the next 5 years. But we all will have to see where that goes, right? But you know, I'd love to do it, but I just don't know where it's going to come from. Ramsey's got great ideas on what to do with the restaurant, which will look awesome, but again, you know, that's
Money.
He wants to open up that back
like,
room.
like what Jimmy said, like there's a big list, but what do we really want? Where do we
You
want
gotta
this money
start,
to go to?
yeah, but you gotta start somewhere on some of these things, so.
Like CIP, we can control where that goes. You know, all the other stuff that's I feel like it's given to us sometimes instead of rewarded to us.
Owed to us, cause we already paid them back.
No, that
I mean,
ship,
they've been collecting.
that
money
ship
for
sailed,
years.
that ship is sailed, so.
Yeah.
I'm just going down your list, the Goosenator is waiting to be picked up, so it's fixed?
No, they're gonna evaluate it.
Oh, I'm sorry, okay, anyway.
Yeah, and
And if
remember,
it's-
remember what I said,
Yeah.
we're willing to take some in. And
That's
the Goosenators, the men's club just spent $1,500 on the Goosenator.
So-
New skis,
No, we
new
did the whole thing,
motors,
yeah.
paint jobs, they're beautiful, man.
So how much is,
How about it? I'm sorry to cut you off. I
No,
just
no,
had a thought.
but-
If we put a shed out there for the Goosenator to be stored in,
somebody break into it?
was that right?
I'd worry about vandals. though.
Shed where?
Uh,
The pump house?
Yeah, or like where you usually go.
Still need a
I
cart.
still need a cart to drag
So
it
how much,
around.
how much is
Gotcha.
the car, I keep coming down, what, how much does the car cost? What's it, 7 grand, 5 grand?
Not even. Probably. I would weld, I'd weld a cage, like I did on this one.
But how much is the car? I don't know, Peter, I have no idea. what
This
the
part, well, that part cost us
What, 4?
$4 grand,
That's what I heard.
500 maybe?
Does the men's club have 4 grand? And what are you talking about? Listen, you want, keep the truth. What are they gonna do with the money? It's not their money, you know what I mean? It's It's all
Our
the
problem
players'
is,
money.
we donated it. Should have never done that. Should have never
You don't
done
have
it
a
this way.
choice.
here.
No. Who, talk to Mike, Alec? Who's the president of the men's club? Mike?
Oh,
Hadlock.
yeah, I mean, Jerry's the treasurer.
He's the guy with the money, right?
Yeah, all right, I'll talk to him, you talk to him too, but,
Well, let's see where,
listen,
Let's see what happens
what the
first.
evaluation is, you know, if it's,
I mean, if we could trade that one in,
right,
get something for it,
right,
put that towards another one, and it doesn't have to be a new one.
right.
I would like electric, so I'm not pissing people off on the golf course. while I'm
How loud
taking
it is, yeah.
gigs, you know, but
But yeah,
they're ready to, I mean, they're ready to go for spring. They look good. They look great.
Try it out now.
I spoke to Gail about the clock
okay?
today. I suggested her to come up with a date that she wants to do this ribbon
I,
cutting.
they don't, these guys aren't, Gail sent me an email, and I'll read it to you all, hold on, as I go in here. Listen, she won't be able to attend, but, she wanted to invite the town manager, the mayor, the town manager, and all the sponsors, but we need a predetermined date, and we can't really say it's an opening day, because that's kind of fluctuates, so they need some time, so I think a lot of it has to do with, the preparedness of, you know, when this stuff's gonna be ready to go. And then once you have that base in, right, electrical, or whatever else has to be done in the base, then we can pick a date, but, it's something that we need to
I would say
go about.
man.
Yeah.
Today she was saying like April 15. But whether April or May, that's plenty of time for us to get the pad. I just want to tell earth contractors, hey, you have till March 15 to get this in.
Yeah, the further you put it out, the, you know, it's
Well,
not priority.
yeah, but we're gonna have the clock so that they know the spacing of the bolts and all that.
We already have
stuff.
the clock, we'll have the clock.
clock is going to be some, I think next
Do we
week
pay
it's
for
going
it?
to be delivered. Yeah.
Okay, good.
And then typically the base in the maintenance building, so they can actually
Oh, they have the base already?
order the cement base. I didn't think they're gonna make it themselves. They're gonna
Was
order
it
it.
precast?
Yeah.
Huh,
Oh, good.
And then they're gonna dig.
there you go, alright.
So
But the bronze thing that has to happen, or the plaque,
the plaque.
so what do you need?
All right, the plaque. I'm putting it through CIP.
Yeah, well, they have, well, not CIP, but you're putting it through the, that fund, what's that,
No, that zeroed out because of the clock.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Whoa, that wasn't the deal, that was not the deal. So I guess we're gonna hold off on that one until, that's not CIP money.
Okay. Then
That's
I'm
not
okay
CIP money.
I'm okay with that.
You know.
I personally am okay with that. We waited so long for this thing. Do it.
At first, we were asking the town to put in like what?
10 grand or
10
something like
grand,
that?
right? Right now, I call CIP the town put it in.
Oh, no,
That's the golf.
that's different.
If you don't want to use CIP on it, I can see if there's another line I can use, but you know.
Can we transfer some money to
Yeah,
left
yeah,
over?
that's right.
Yeah.
You have money to play with?
Well, you
Well,
know,
no,
that,
that's gone, August.
No, in this year's budget.
Oh, this year.
yeah, that's what. Our numbers in spring, that's when, you know, we have to start requesting to get in.
Well, can't we borrow from CIP and say that?
I think we asked this
What?
before,
No.
Look at an account that we're.
You okay, Jimmy?
We're,
Yeah. No.
just look at the current budget and see if there's,
Is there money-
an account that comes, you know, we get a lot of money and rather than sending it back.
yeah, I mean, we could always transfer funds around and, you know, and look into it, so.
Pay it, get it going, we'll figure it out. December 20th is the closing day.
That's Wednesday.
That's next Wednesday. It looks like it's gonna rain all next week.
Any quarrels if I just say Monday?
You can see it.
Monday's gonna be 56.
Okay.
It's gonna rain.
90% chance.
I told Jerry we're gonna look at the weather tomorrow and go he wants to put topsoil down, he
Yeah,
wants to
I-
put
I-
straw, you know, you can't get all the greens,
Monday's all right with me.
Cause we're closed Friday, not, you know.
Next Friday you are, right?
Because the town celebrates, a long weekend for Christmas,
So they close the
so.
22nd.
Technically, they only have Monday to Thursday to do it.
Monday? No, I, people are already complaining.
Jimmy, you hearing this?
Who's complaining?
Jimmy?
I'm here. I hear you.
Rather than close the 20th, we're thinking about, they wanna close it on the 18th? Get a calendar in front of you.
I see rain Sunday and Monday.
If it's gonna rain,
It's gonna rain, then it's gonna get cold.
Yeah.
It's gonna go 38, 41.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday's gonna be 48, then it gets cold on Wednesday.
Right.
They gotta put the shit down before it freezes.
No sweat.
Because,
No,
I'm blocking for the next one.
Um,
They gotta put the stand down before it freezes. I mean, what's 2 days gonna do, because it's
I
gonna be
can-
season
I can
pass
care
holders
less.
anyway.
I can care about, yeah, you're right.
It's gonna play, yeah.
Well, it's carts, it's the last day of carts. So why don't we just close Tuesday and you call it a day, go one more day and call it a day, boom, done.
If they can do it all. and
If they can do it in those 3 days, you know, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right? Monday's 59
Monday's
degrees,
gonna, 90% of chance
95% chance of rain.
That's why, just do it.
Yeah, but is that the whole day? I mean, I don't know.
What are you talking? Seriously, what are we talking?
You're right. Do it
What
on
are we averaging per day revenue right now?
in the weekday,
Yeah.
It's all
$300,
season.
you know?
Okay.
Like, but in the weekends,
The weekends, so yeah, the weekends, after the weekend is done. Fine.
This coming weekend's gonna be a good weekend.
it already is, Saturday's sold out,
Yeah.
it's the Frosty Scramble, you guys.
We're doing that Sunday.
That's Sunday.
No,
I think
tell me
CTM,
that's not generating a couple of cars.
CTM is gonna do Saturday.
Every weekend now, we're doing a scramble,
Who?
with 40 players, $30 a head.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Like sometimes it's under Sully, right?
Yeah, it's an ABCD scramble.
So closing day is now moved to
Monday.
Monday the 18th.
Yep.
Jimmy, you hear that?
Yeah, Monday the 18th.
That's this Monday.
Yep.
All right? Okay. Kind of go back to this, you know, anything else for open, the P and L?
Yeah, that open discussion for, I don't know if the carts are still programmed to stay away from the green area, but I played last week and I saw number 18 again. Cart went right by the pine trees on the right side next to 16 and the T-box. I mean, that should stop, they should even go that far in there. I don't know,
So where
maybe
was
for
it?
next year. Number 18.
18.
18, all right, you're going between the green and number 16T,
On the right hand side,
Yeah.
right under the
on
green.
the right hand side. That
So-
should, that should even stop before they even get close to the green.
I know, there's a couple of carts I designate to where they can drive on the green if they want,
No.
right? And who we've been giving this to are, you know, handicapped seniors. And, you know, the amount of packages they bought this year already, I feel like we owe it to them. One guy's gone through like 10 cart packages.
But does that give that person a right to,
He kind of has a tough time walking. Like, if he, we all know who he is. You know who I'm talking
Right.
Yeah.
But, the, I'm
I'm
okay
not
with
saying
it as
you
long
know
as
what's
it's
up.
I will say,
identified.
he's probably the best one, he's the most respectable one out on the golf course of
Right.
anybody.
I will admit I probably have to do a better job of who takes these handicap cards.
I think that's the issue.
Maybe that's the issue.
There's a guy,
Right?
that I see every weekend, and he walks just fine, and the tires of those carts are almost on the.
Yeah. That he has a handicap card, right? I'm not just giving these out to
No,
whoever, right?
those cart, I didn't see any, the cart that I saw over there didn't have a handicap sticker on it.
Like on the front.
Nothing, nothing.
Yeah, you know what, we just gotta, in the spring, we just gotta
Yeah,
evaluate the
evaluate
boundaries.
a little more.
Maybe
I mean-
maybe we take a card out there and test
Try
it while he's, you know.
I think, right from the get-go, I'm gonna have two barriers. One for seniors and one for adults. And then if I have to designate a card or two that has even less, like to our, me, I'm okay with it. I mean, again, I think
Yeah, I'm okay with one or two as well. God bless them, they should be out
And as
there.
long as we have the sticker that people know it's a handicap card.
Well, you're gonna, I'm handicapped, I'm handicapped.
I would go 10 yards
You're gonna get it.
I mean,
and then 20, like the signs say on the cards.
Right, that's what I thought.
10 yards and 20 yards.
10 yards.
So yeah, I mean, that's
That's the only thing.
I think that's something to get better at for next year.
Well, next year we'll have a full year to do it, so.
Hopefully it's
So-
less rain.
Get back to closing day, so the last day of play,
Sunday.
actually
Sunday.
Sunday.
Alright, P and L. I got a question, how does CIP have sense in it?
What?
How does CIP?
Interest.
We're not very interest. You know,
How did it, yeah.
Somebody left a tip.
no, I don't think so.
The only thing I can really think of is, I'll have to look, but during the fall, we've been doing 20% off, so maybe
That's
a
nothing to do
dollar.
with CIP.
Well, when we do transactions, they were all itemized, so maybe it was giving them 20% off, so
I don't know.
80 cents, that's a dollar, 20% off.
The chances are of us having exactly 25, I know it's still early, but 20 exact, I mean, that is so random that I've never seen it. That's, number wise, you never see that ever. I've never seen anything like that, but it just causes suspicion. But whatever, okay. Rounds are right. What are you gonna do? It's just the way it is. And that's good. That's a good thing. And according to what you're handing out here, so
It's about the same, right?
this is you're showing a profit without the month of December for the season, guys. But
What is it for the season?
222,000.
January to December.
This is great. I mean, this was to me both, but this is great. Thank you for doing this, Saul. I know it was last minute. But this is so for the season, we're going to show a profit. But what is the capitalized with 10 grand? What is that? I saw that there. What is that?
That's from the 10,000 engineer money.
Got it. Okay. All right.
Where do you see the plus?
Down the bottom, it's a negative number.
Oh,
If it's negative, that's.
okay. I'm not an accountant.
Nah, I just learned that was.
No, I understand that.
We're up 220, it's 23?
That's through
That's
November.
the total.
Through November. We
That's
have
January to November.
that January. We don't have.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah, and so yes, there's going to be a loss come this month, but it's not going to be $200,000, right? I mean, let's just
Probably close, gonna be close to where that March number is, 197. Just figured this month might be like, like November.
You're having a pretty good month right now. 100 as far as revenue goes.
Yeah,
Yeah. You think you can bring in $100,000?
well, hey, no,
No.
I'm saying like, if,
Oh, I'm sorry. With 25,000 in the got it.
like a 25K loss
Yeah, and that's fine.
for this.
Listen, that makes more to me. That makes more sense.
No, it's normal.
Yeah, and that's fine. But even if you have a $50,000 loss,
Right,
right? Even if you say, well, I have a $50,000 loss, you're still talking a profit of $175,000.
correct.
That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal.
Well,
Right.
you, like Peter said earlier, you take it with a grain of salt because some of that we didn't use,
I
right?
I get it.
So,
No, I get it. So, but you're still
But
showing a
that's-
profit.
we're
So
showing
now
profit, yeah.
as we go forward, you come January, we'll sit down, you and I will sit down in January and we'll just we'll crunch the numbers. I'll bring a computer up there and we'll sit down and we'll just crunch them.
Well, you can see it here, like you said, I mean, these numbers from January to June shouldn't
They're not
change
gonna change that much, right?
That's what you're
Think
saying,
about
right?
it. Yeah. And if you think about it, you're still gonna, you're still showing a profit, right? So if you take July going forward, right, and then that's where you stand this off. Those will tie into your fiscal year numbers, right? That's how you have to kind of look at that.
46,365 starts.
Isn't that amazing? That's more than we've never had that many.
I mean,
Huh? That's crazy.
I wanna see back-to-back years of forum stats
Of who? Of what?
of this new point of sale system.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying it
Well,
years
that's
past,
a very
right,
good
but
point. You're still learning it, right? You're still-
that and, you know, maybe that is the new number, you know, per year. Cause that's a lot of rounds, 46,000 rounds.
It is.
Well, it starts, right? So it's either,
Starts. 18
they're
or
all,
not.
they're nine hole starts.
18 or 9, right?
But I think that's great. I mean, I don't think you're gonna increase it by that much, but, you got a couple of bad days in there. Same token, that's a lot,
Well, if we didn't have some of the rain, maybe you would have went to 50.
no, I have a hard
You
time
don't
with
think
it.
so?
Then something's wrong. I don't know if you could.
We were close, a few
I'd
days
say-
this year, more than I remember.
Because again, this is without December. We put some rounds
Yeah.
in this month.
All right, well, whatever. Well,
You had a month of rain.
And we started late March 28th.
Refuse disposal, $6,200.
well,
I know it's
Still
pocket change, but.
you still have Ramsey's, you gotta pay for his stuff too, right? So,
Why? Why does the golf course have to pay for that?
We could dispose of this stuff.
There's dumpsters in every
If they're
town.
but if they're claiming his income, I mean, that's,
But we're
I'm
paying-
sure they've already built that into what he's paying, Peter.
You think so?
I don't
I would hope so.
I don't think
No
they're that
way.
smart to do that.
No.
Is electricity.
I was-
All I know is, the town pays for every other building's refuse disposal. We're the only ones that pay our own.
That's the problem.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Every town, the town garage, all these places have dumpsters. The town picks up the tab.
Right.
I know it's $6,000, but you know what? That's $6,000 that we could use somewhere else. And that stuff adds up. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, well, that's
just
software stuff.
That's our monthly.
And you know what? That's nothing for what we got out of this system.
Listen, the system seems to do what we want it to do, which is great.
Seems
All
to
right.
be doing a good job of booking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're filling all those gaps.
You have additional training this year? You going to?
And there's options for it, yeah.
Yeah.
I know they reach out to us, if we wanted to do other things, so.
Listen, I'm sure we're not using it to its full potential.
Oh, I'm sure.
Irrigation, $30,000, just stuff for irrigation.
Hey,
It's getting old.
it is getting old. Another thing to think about, start the reserves that we need to start using, put aside for different things too, but that's just, we're just talking out loud right now. All right, anything else?
Yeah, I got a question. So, how many guys do we have that are certified to spray out there? We just only have one individual that.
To spray?
Yeah, we have two now. Okay.
Jerry and Bill.
Okay, good.
Are you talking about
Yeah.
buying them?
No,
One
just,
person.
no, just spraying out there, we got two, that's good, we have that. I always thought it was all in one person.
But that's easy, that's a simple course, man, my son
Yeah.
passed that for freaking.
The one that's hard to get is the license to buy and create a program. That's one.
Those guys working for the Groff, they're all licensed to spray, right? I mean, the act like this is a hard thing, no, my son passed it, so he could spray. Oh, oh my God.
What do you say, your son's?
No, no,
That's what it sounds like.
No, what I'm trying to say is they made a big deal of it before. Oh, man, I only have one sprayer. Well, wait a minute, it's a different, anybody can pass that thing.
Yeah, most
So,
I was a cell
Still-
phone, Sam.
Huh?
Tell them.
Good, tell them that. Because I'll just keep going. All right, anything else? Golf course report we went through, golf pro report, anything else on the golf pro report?
I read it, I'm good with it.
Everybody ran it, it's good? Listen, all right. You have any, Jimmy, anything, you got anything out there? Do I have a motion to
No,
adjourn? It is 7:22, do I have a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion with.
Peter, motion to adjourn, second. Bill Richards, second. All in
Aye.
favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.
aye.
All right, you got it.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Thank you, guys. Hey, everybody have a Merry Christmas.
Okay, thank you. You guys have a happy holiday, guys.
You too, you too.
Alina, still recording?